Okay, let's unpack this. Sometimes, the biggest ideas, they aren't hidden away in some dense academic text.
Right. They can pop up in, well, simpler places,
Yeah,
like stories.
exactly. And today, that's what we're doing. We're taking a deep dive into some excerpts from a text called Toby, The Sunshine Within.
Yeah, our goal here is really to look closely at this story, to pull out the core message, those sort of key insights it has about, well, about where our real value comes from.
Is it about what we show the world? Or something, deeper inside?
That's the question.
So the story, it starts with Toby. He's this character known for being really warm, comforting. The text even says he's like a little sun.
Radiating outwards.
But even with all that brightness on the outside, we find him sitting there on a cloud, and he's got this quiet worry inside him.
Yeah, it sets up that contrast immediately, doesn't it? Outer appearance, inner reality.
And the story gets right to the heart of it with Toby's own words, his central conflict.
It really does. He voices this really fundamental fear. He asks, and this is a direct quote, "If one day I couldn't make others smile anymore, would anyone still like me?"
Wow, that hits deep.
Yeah. And he worries that if he stopped being special in that way, like the external sun, he wouldn't really be me anymore.
So he's tied his whole identity to this external thing he does.
Exactly. His function, his performance, that's who he thinks he is.
Okay, so then the other characters come in. This is where it gets interesting, how they contrast.
Right. We meet Puff Puff, Grumble the Thundercloud, Singy Cloud, Crybaby Cloud, and Quiet Cloud too.
And the text makes a point of showing how different they all are. Grumble's loud, Crybaby cries, Quiet Cloud is, well, quiet.
They aren't defined by just one single positive thing they do for others, not in the way Toby feels he is. They just are.
They exist in their own way.
Precisely. And their view offers kind of the first big insight here. It's Grumble, funnily enough, the Thundercloud, who says something really powerful.
What does Grumble say?
He tells Toby they like him. And this is key. Not because you shine, that external act, but because you help us believe we can shine too.
Oh, interesting. So it's not about Toby's output.
No, it's about his impact, how he helps them feel, how he inspires their own light.
And Singy Cloud adds to that.
Yeah, with a little tune, the text says, even if you lose your light, we'll still be bright, bright, bright.
So they're telling him, hey, our brightness isn't totally dependent on you shining all the time.
Exactly. And his value to them isn't just about that shining either. It's deeper.
Okay, this is building. So Puff Puff then has an idea, right? To deal with Toby's worry.
Yeah, a really simple, lovely idea. Puff Puff just says, everyone close your eyes.
And when they do, something happens inside Toby.
That's right, something no one saw before. The text describes it, a soft, warm light began to glow from inside Toby's shell.
Inside his shell, not the outside sun thing.
No, and listen to the description. A gentle glow, like the warmth of a hug spreading through the air. It's different, it's internal.
Gentle, not blinding.
Right. And Puff is surprised, realizing Toby had this hidden sunshine inside your shell the whole time.
So that hidden glow leads to the big realization for Toby, the aha moment.
Yes, Toby gets it. He says, clearly, so, it wasn't the sunshine outside, I am the sunshine.
He finally understands. The source isn't external, it's him.
It's intrinsic. And Grumble confirms it, saying, exactly, Toby, you're the one who lights up the sky for all of us. Clarifying that his real light, the impactful one, is the inner one.
Wow. Okay.
And the result for Toby, the story says he feels lighter, much lighter. He knows now that the glow inside him was enough.
He doesn't need to perform constantly to be worthy.
Exactly. That pressure is gone. And then they all head off to the sky party, and, the text notes his steps are lighter. He gets it now.
So pulling this all together from our deep dive into Toby, what's the real kernel here?
Well, the core message seems pretty clear, doesn't it? That true value, that real warmth, it doesn't just come from what you do on the outside or how people see you perform.
It's generated from within, that quiet, maybe sometimes hidden internal source, like Toby's gentle glow.
Yeah, that glow that's there whether you're actively shining for everyone else or not.
Which brings us to the final thought, something for you, the listener, to maybe chew on.
Right. How often do we fall into that trap? Looking for our sunshine, our sense of worth, outside of ourselves.
Yeah, do we define ourselves by our job titles or our achievements or how many likes we get or just the image we project?
Instead of recognizing and maybe trusting that there's this sort of fundamental internal light, that gentle glow that's always there, regardless of what's happening externally.
It's a simple story, Toby's story.
But the question it leaves us with,
Yeah.
That's pretty profound, actually. Something to think about.